Hello and welcome back to another episode of Toad's Adventures. Uh, got a did a little bit of work around the base, little bit, not too much. I think it got rid of a lot of the torches around the skull, and I've actually hidden jack-o'-lanterns all over the place. Underneath all these bushes, there's jack-o'-lanterns hiding. There's one hiding in there, under there, there. This way the place is lit up, but not obvious. And again, I got jack-o'-lanterns hiding in some of these bushes here too. I did a little bit of terraforming up front and around. And again, jack-o'-lanterns hiding in all the leaf blocks, and the light passes through the leaf blocks. So yeah, it lights the place up, so I was able to get rid of a lot of torches. I got a couple up there I can actually take out. I'll get to them later. Let's get up here a little bit. I also did a little bit of terraforming at the front, extended the beach, added a little palm tree, got a jack-o'-lantern hiding in the top there and down there. Again, just jack-o'-lanterns hiding in the bushes to help keep the place lit up. That way there's not a whole bunch of torches. And under here I got sea pickles and sea lanterns all over the place to light the water area up so you can see a little better. And it could use a little more work, but I started making a reef. I'm going to have to go and gather more coral blocks and whatnot to do it. I used all of the stuff I had, and I sprinkled some sea pickles in there as well. They also emit light. Yeah. So now, still want to work on the other side of that mountain a little bit, make it look a little more natural. Probably going to get rid of that dye right there, replace it with stone. I altered the water feature a bit to extend it out, make it look a little more prominent. And I upgraded my storage. I can't remember if I went over that in the last video or not. So we'll just take a quick look. I expanded the storage significantly, sorted a few more things out. Got a bunch of slime balls. But there's something I want to work on. I want to do. I want to see if I can figure it out anyways. I've been wanting to work with some ice, but I don't have any, and don't have a tundra, but I figured, hey, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work in the mountains too. And you get up high enough, and it does. This was all water source blocks at one point in time. And boom, stackable water. So my next idea is I'm going to build an ice tray. Now, the design I'm going to be using is one that Exuma did in Season 2 for his ice tray. So a rectangular tray with dispensers in it, except I'm going to be making mine out of wood. I'm not sure if he altered the floor at all, but he made his out of mostly stone. So I'm going to use wood for mine, and I'm going to build it up here. It's up here, and the water will freeze. So let's get started. I'm just going to figure out how big I actually want this thing. Because I want to be able to collect a fair amount of ice fairly easily, and the more water area I can make, the more ice I can produce. We're still in the right biome for it. Oh, that's Stone Shore. Gotta make sure I'm staying in the right biome. Because if I'm not, this isn't gonna work. Okay, so it'll work here. Okay, so that's the perimeter for which it'll work. So just use this to make sure I stay within the right biome and Stone Shore. So that's as far as we're gonna go to that side. And then we're Stone Shore there. Damn it. Mountains. That's okay. I'm okay with mountains. Okay, so if I did it right, that should do it. Hopefully I did it right. I had to wait for this all to freeze up, clean it up, and then give her a test. But other than that, I'd say this ice cube tray is done. Pretty simple and easy. So it's 16 diagonally, so what would that make? I'm not sure what that would make it going this way. Two. But I'm gonna gather me a little bit of ice. And just double check that all these dispensers are properly set up. Yep. So far it's looking that way. That's not bad. And a little bit of ice so far. So yeah. I'll just leave that be for a bit. I'll come back and check on it in a little bit and just make sure it works. Maybe do a little bit of tweaking with the timing. Is I'm trying to do a dual pulse, so I hit the button once. We'll sleep and then I'll go up and talk through what I did there. Close the door. Take a little fly. Okay, so how it should work. I already know that it hit the button without all these stuff, just a direct line to it. It'll cycle all the dispensers, dispense the water, and flood the whole area. Now what I'm trying to do here is I hit the button, the one pulse will go through, and then 2, 4, 6, so 3, 6, 9 ticks later, should get another pulse, and hopefully by then all the dispensers had gone through. Then it'll get a second pulse telling it to dispense them again, so that'll should refill the water buckets. Yeah, so we'll just leave that be. And then we'll check on it in a little while. Okay, so this thing is now completely frozen over. So let's just give this a quick harvest. As you can see, I did a little bit of decorating while I was waiting on this thing to freeze up. It took a little bit. So we'll just gather up all this here ice. I had about, oh, I'm not sure how much I had. 15. Just okay. So I got 4 stacks of ice out of this. So that's a pretty decent start. So now I changed the button. It was initially a wooden button. I completely forgot that wooden buttons have a longer pulse than stone buttons. So switched it to a stone button. So we just hit it. And yeah, so we're all nice and flooded, and all the dispensers should have gone twice. Yep. I'll just double check them all. Perfect. So this thing's working out nicey nice. Perfect, perfect. There. And look at that, we already got more ice forming, which is perfect. Oh, we got a little bit here. So we'll grab this stuff here. It's like, that's actually the second time I froze that over. The first time I was still using the wooden button, and so it didn't quite work. I had to fix it. Stuff started freezing on me. Yeah, we got ice. We got a little ice farm, and it's easily expanded to be even better than it is. Which I probably will expand it, because then I wouldn't have to wait as much for the floors to freeze over. Because as I'm like, I can clear all the floors and then flood them all again. It would work out pretty decent. Or I might see if I can't find some way to automate it a little more. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go AFK at the slime farm tonight. Go to bed, maybe touch on something new in the morning. I don't know. We'll see. I'll still have to go through all the footage. Editors might have enough for an episode already. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just gonna head on over to the slime farm and AFK for the night. Alrighty. So I did my little AFK at the slime farm. Got a few more slimes in reserve now, which is nice. And I've made some changes here. I did a little number crunching and figured out that for all the effort I was putting in with that little tray, I wasn't getting that much ice in the big picture. I was only getting about 256 blocks of ice. It doesn't work out to a whole lot in terms of packed ice or even blue ice if you wanted to go that far. I also made a mistake with my sea lantern placement. Provided plenty of light, but it was too close to the edge, so my edges weren't freezing very well. I moved them up 1 block, and that issue went away. And I expanded it from 16 dispensers across to 30. So that'll give us a 30 square block area here. And you do the math, that's 900 blocks of ice for that. So it's about 3.5 times more just by adding 14 more dispensers on the end. So it works out a hell of a lot better for gathering ice, little AFK room. And yeah, I put a bed in there because sometimes when I come to get the ice, obviously wide open skies. If it's dark, you get attacked by phantoms. So if it's night, sleep and then go collect all your ice. Still gotta clean up the bottom side here. The floor's still open a lot in both sides. So, yeah. I'll fix that another time. I'm not that worried about it right now. The redstone's more or less the same. I wound up having to add a few more repeaters on our second row, like extend the delay more. Because with the way they were set up before, it would only do about half the dispensers. The rest, it would just dispense the water, but it wouldn't pick it up. I guess I'm not quite sure how, but I guess the second signal caught up with the first signal, and then it just became one signal. I'm not quite sure how that would work, but it seemed to have been working that way. Add a few more repeaters, extend the delay even more, the issue went away, and I moved the button to activate it all up inside the room, because yeah, they're right there. Because I figured that would make a lot more sense than having it all the way out there. That'd be actually didn't make sense at all. It's kind of dumb. But for testing purposes, it worked down there. But yeah, definitely works a whole lot better and gathers a whole lot more ice. So we got 8 pieces on us already. Let's see how much we can get on this, because this is completely frozen. Just a little lag spike there. I hope that didn't screw it all up. Yeah, that seemed fine. Oh, that looks like good. Yep, it all worked properly. Everything turned into the source plot. Well, there's 3 extras. For so 4 extras just for making sure all the water source blocks is container source block. It won't freeze. So we wound up with 4 extras. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we had 8 to start with, actually, as well. So off of 1 clearing, that's what, 3, 6, 14, a little over 14 stacks of ice off of 1 sweep. It's pretty decent. Ultimately doesn't go that far, because it takes 9 pieces of ice to make 1 stack of packed ice. But whereas before, that's how much packed ice we were getting off of 1 clear. Not even. We're getting about that much packed ice before off of 1 clear, so that's a whole lot more packed ice. A whole lot more ice in general, with just in a very short amount of time. Wow, lag. Oh yeah, and I started blowing up the old mob farm. Wow, this lag is super annoying. There we go. There we go. Here's a nice overhead view of the reef. Yeah, needs more in here, around here, because reef's supposed to be fairly thick. I haven't made a trip back to go gathering materials. I might do that soon. Is this is going to need a bit of a repairing. It takes one hell of a beating grabbing all that ice. 4 clears and that's it. You got to go repair or else it just busts. Wow, this lag is brutal. Yeah, I think that's about all the time I got left for this episode. So stick around, tune in next time, however you want to do it. Hope you enjoyed. Please remember to leave a like and a comment. I haven't really gotten too many comments, but I'd like to get more so I can go through them and respond to them and have a little bit more to talk about than just what I'm working on, which, as you've seen from the past, I don't talk that much while I'm doing this. But yeah, anyways, yeah, enjoy. Until next time, stay safe.